Hey, how's it going, everybody? I hope this is showing up. If it looks really different, that's because Google, in its infinite wisdom, decided to get rid of Google Hangout, and we're trying something new. It's called
Different.
StreamYard. So, and there's still a lag. So, if we're not exactly up to date with everything, that's what's going on. So, we're just trying some things out. This is all new. Of course, we don't have Timmy tonight. 50-50 Timmy. We got Bubba. We got Alex 904 fishing. And we got our very special guest. We got Mike from Get Out the House, Go Fish. He got out of the comment section and joined us here on the TV.
Yeah, thank y'all for inviting me to come on to the show.
It's no problem, guys. I got a new camera too, so you get to see all the ugliness in HD. It's freaking awesome. I love it. And as you can see, guys, like Mike used to be over there in the comment section with y'all. If you want to be a guest on the show, all you gotta do is ask. Or I actually reached out to Mike, and he was like, "Oh, hell yeah, I'll do it." But if you guys want to be on the show, you got a webcam, you're more welcome to join us. So if we have any hiccups tonight, I apologize. We're just trying to learn this new system and how everything looks. But we'll dive right into it. Alex, you were out there fishing today, so tell us what happened.
I was out of Volano today. It was super slow. We had a south wind, which, Joe, I know you're not a big fan of, and I saw it and I was kind of apprehensive about it. But stuck it out. First 3 hours, super slow. Didn't have pretty much anything going on the whole time. Got a really couple good sizable hits on my 12-foot rod that I throw out large chunks of bait on. But ended up catching a nice nurse shark, good keeper pompano, some good sized whitings, and a couple other ones I missed that got off the line.
Nice. Bubba, when's the last time you went fishing?
Last time, well, I went over to a little pond, on yesterday. But before that was you and I went to the Santa Fe, which is a whole nother story in itself there.
Right.
We got the pets caught though.
We got the pets. They're doing well.
If you hadn't seen that video, go over to Joe's channel. There's a video on it, but we got it done there.
Yep, and you get some up close look at the new pets, and hopefully pretty soon I'll be able to start feeding them. We get some feeding videos. We got our regulars. We got Rusty. We got Out the Door. We got Slot City. We're glad to see all of y'all. We got, of course, Get Out the House, Go Fish over there too, guys. If you got any questions, you got any stories or anything, go over there in that chat and leave it over there in the chat, and we'll be more than happy to answer any questions or talk about. If you got any reports you want to share where you've been catching fish at, let us know. So get yourself a snack and a beverage, and let's get this show going. We can have adult beverages because we're adults. If you're not an adult beverage, though, or adult, you can go ahead and get a Capri Sun or something.
I'm not an adult.
Yeah, Bubba's not an adult. He gets the sweet tea.
This is apple juice.
All right, so I guess we'll go into the fishing reports. Like Bubba's saying, we've done freshwater this past weekend, and guys, be looking out for the video. It'll be coming out Friday. I actually went offshore. First time for Densmore Outdoors to have an offshore video. And we went 22 miles out, did some bottom fishing, and we were very successful despite the barracudas eating half of our fish that we brought up. Vermilion snapper were on fire. I mean, not that they're that hard to catch, but they're very, very great eating. Caught a bunch of grunts. But the heat. We went out Monday, and it was during that 112-degree temperature. And the heat was just, guys in the boat were dropping like flies. Hey, we got Ola. Awesome. Ola's back from her trip down in the Everglades, and I'm glad at least she stopped by and said hi to us. You guys don't know what I'm talking about. It's Old Lady Angler. If you're into kayak bass fishing, she is definitely a channel to watch, check out, and she's currently #1 right now in the kayak bass fishing standards for this month in Florida.
Nice.
She's whooping everybody.
Good job.
See that? Everybody's like,
Ola. I love watching Ola.
Right. Everybody's like, oh, Ola's here. She's like a big celebrity. It's awesome. Oh, man. Hey, back to offshore. There's like 4 barracudas circling the boat. I don't know. This is the only place I've ever encountered that. When you pull onto a wreck or somewhere here off of Jacksonville, instantly barracudas know, and they just show up at the boat. And they just hang out and just eat. They like let you do all the work. And it seems like they know what tastes good and what don't, because all the grunts got to the boat, but every snapper we got cut in half. It's weird.
Well, yeah, man. If you're pulling up a salad to the boat, I'm not going to eat it. You start pulling in a steak, I'm going to jump all over it.
Right. So that's what happened. I got the big barracuda. I caught one, got it on film, and he gave me so much of a workout. I'm like, I think I'll let you other guys slide. I mean, I had him on a big 5,000 series spinning reel, and it was like going to the gym. I got a pump in, that's for sure. And then before that, me and Bubba went to the famous Swanee River and / Santa Fe River. We fished both of them, and I think it's safe to say we finally got that place figured out. How about you, Bubba?
Yeah, I mean it's one of my favorite places to go. It's something that if you're not from Florida, we call it Old Florida. To give you kind of an idea of what we mean by that, there's I don't know what, like 33, 35 million people in Canada. Well, there's like 24, 25 million people in Florida. So 2/3 of the population of all of Canada is crammed into Florida. So there's not many places left untouched. But that's one of those places that it looks a lot like it did a couple hundred years ago. It is definitely different than the stuff that we normally fish. It's a bunch of limestone rocks cut in a pretty quick moving river, bunch of spring fed stuff. And that whole basin there from, Central Florida and that chain of rivers that runs up to like Georgia is the only place in the world you can catch Swanee bass. Apparently is not as hard as everybody else makes it out to be. Yeah, everybody talks like it's hard, but every time we've caught more Swanees than largemouth. But yeah, we've pretty much got it figured out now. It was looking like a bad trip for me. We only fished till about 11 because I had a wedding to get to, and I get so many pleasure boaters out there midday in the summer that it gets crazy anyway. But I didn't catch anything till probably 10 o'clock, and then started lighting them up the last 30 minutes there. But Joe was on them all day. But we got it pretty figured out for Swanee bass. Not too much trouble. So,
yeah, guys, if you fish it during the summertime, it seems the best bet to do is run out to the Swanee River and throw your topwater there. The black whopper plopper seemed to be the go-to topwater bait for us. Bubba tried a whopper plopper. He tried a regular popping bait with feathers on the tail, and he couldn't get nothing on topwater, which is very rare for him.
Yeah.
And then once the temperature picked up and the fish started going deep, we went back into the Santa Fe River, and we were throwing small crankbaits that were crawfish color. To give you an idea of the size, like a Strike King 3XD, like a small crankbait that got down about 10 feet. And you just look along the bank, and when you saw limestone rock, you would stop and fish those banks, and you just crank those crankbaits over the rock, and you would get thumped by Swanee bass. I ended up even catching a giant redbreast too. Man, it looks like we got all the regulars over there. We even got Big O's there, Rusty's. I love it when everybody's greeting each other. We all know each other. We become like our own little YouTube family over here. It's awesome. Cody Morgan says, have you fished St. John's River around Black Creek? Because I have a tournament there September 7th and 8th. Cody, I hate Black Creek. Me and Bubba's both fish Black Creek. My advice is run out to the main river and head south. That's the best advice I can tell you.
Well, okay. Joe and I have differing opinions on this stretch of river. Now, Black Creek itself, yes, I do hate Black Creek itself. Main river, yes. Now, you got two options once you get to the main river. Go watch some of my videos, and probably 75% of them are in that stretch of river because I'm on the other side of the river, but I put in all the time at Mandarin Park and fish between Goodby's and St. John's and Clay County. Now, if you can find shell bars, they're going to be on shell bars. If not, look for little side creeks and sloughs. And me and Timmy, if he was here, he'd tell you he's been out there with me. And that's the kind of trick there. But yeah, if you can't do either one of those, then run south.
Right.
Yeah,
guys,
I've never caught up anything there.
Black Creek is.
I've caught crappie in there, but I've never caught anything else in there.
Black Creek is hit or miss. I mean, it's all or none, and it's more often than not none. But you start getting into some of those little hidden side creeks, it gets pretty good.
Also, guys, I forgot to mention on the way back in with the big boat, we had a propeller come apart. We actually lost a blade. It had a small crack in it. You can see where it used to be there. It had a little bit of rust, and it just grew and grew and grew on the way back in and came off when we lost the engine. And I had to come in on one engine, so that was kind of iffy. We were 15 miles out, but we made it. And so if you want to help the Joe get a new propeller fund, you can click on that super chat and help me out on that. And plus, of course, we recognize you. So far, we've only had one person do the super chat, and we were shocked. We were like, never had it happen before, and definitely made a big deal about it. So you want to become a Bait Shop Talk celebrity, just donate $1 and we'll talk about you all night long. Trust me. Well, looks like Bubba had to go get the youngins. So we're left with a beautiful view of the jungle. So go ahead and I know you got a new. we see you, Bubba. Guys, also again, if you ask questions and stuff over there in the chat, and it takes a minute for you to hear our response, just again, there's a lag.
Slot City Fishing, just $1.99 right there.
Oh, thank you so much there, Slot City. Appreciate it. That $1.99 will go to getting me a new prop so I can get offshore and get you guys some more offshore fishing videos.
Don't buy an aluminum prop.
So yeah, it will not be aluminum. It will not be. Oh my God, freaking Ola with the big money.
Hey.
Oh my God. I don't know what to say about this. This is so awesome. I appreciate you guys. I thank you so much. I think another thing I'm going to do is when we have people that donate to the super chat, the next video I do, I'll definitely be giving y'all a big shout out in the videos when I go out and let y'all know. Even I don't know if you guys ever seen the Kelly's Outdoors. Me and Bubba have, and I did a little shout out on him. Yeah, Ola, you're definitely right. Props are not cheap. It's probably going to cost me like $400 to get a new prop, and it has to be what they call a counter rotation prop too. So that's what sucks about it. But Bubba was happy that the bass boat wasn't hurt. That's what he was worried about.
I was Fred Sanford for a minute there, and then I realized you were going offshore that day. I was like, I don't care.
I care. Wait a minute. Hang on. That's my area. Wait a minute.
Yeah, Alex wants to get out off the beach for once, and I would gladly take you out, Alex. Yeah, all just help with gas money, and we'll get you.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Gas, bait, snacks, beer. That's normal.
I've had people write and ask me how come you don't do any offshore videos on Dismore Outdoors? That's a very easy answer. I have cheap friends. That's why.
Right. No one wants to pay for gas.
Right. But they don't run on thanks.
I'd help you out.
There you go. Well, the three of us, we'll have to all do a video one day.
Bubba says offshore fishing's boring to him.
I mean, I'll do it a couple times a year, but yeah, I'm kind of bored of it.
What? Oh yeah. 6-foot barracuda. Yawn. What? Come on, Bubba.
We won't go trolling, Bubba. If that would make you happy, we'll go bottom fishing.
Yeah, that's a little better.
But once again, Old Lady Angler and Slot City Fishing, thank you guys so much for throwing towards the propeller fund. I really appreciate it, and that's where that money will go. I guarantee that. Yeah, Rusty says kayaks don't need props. Rusty, believe it or not, I have taken the kayak out a couple times, but I've been skunked pretty much. So that's why you haven't really seen any kayak videos. I'm really waiting for October. That's when I'm going to be hitting inshore really hard with the kayak. The bullet will be thick.
You were going to take me out.
Right. What? That's when. Yeah, we can do that too. There's 30 days in October. I can take the kayak out and go offshore.
No. I mean, you said you were going to take me out.
We're getting pretty thick in there.
Oh, right. Fort George?
Yeah, at Fort George. I had a little clip on my Instagram where they were getting pretty thick. There's a bunch of jacks in there feeding. But I hooked into the little jack, but I didn't hook any sharks that day. But yeah, they were pretty thick in there.
Bye, son.
Apparently, it's bye-bye time over at Bubba's house.
I'll say, I know that dad look. He was giving him the eye.
Yeah, next thing we know, we're going to donate a babysitter fund for Bubba.
Yeah, it's we're gonna have to have the outdoor show baby shower because I got another one on the way, guys.
Yeah, congratulations to Bubba. He's got another baby on the way.
Yeah, thank you. It'll be my third. I know Mike's the only one that can relate to me here. You guys talk about props being expensive.
Yeah.
One of those expensive. Bye is expensive.
Yeah, bye-bye is expensive.
Also.
Hey, I ain't found him. I got to find a Mrs. Dinsmore first. At least Alex, he's closer than anybody to be next in line.
No. See, I'm gonna be going the route that you took, Joe. See, I've got the girl, and I've already told her. No, I'm gonna have a couple kids. I'm gonna have a bass boat, an offshore boat, Hobie. Those are gonna be my kids.
You're gonna get your toys first.
Right. No, see, I'm the oldest. For those of you guys that don't know, I'm the oldest, or I'm sorry, not the oldest. I'm third in line of 9 children. So I was put in charge of all the younger children, and that was terrible. So I didn't even have to pay for anything.
Oh, no, you take your little brother out fishing all the time.
Oh yeah, they're great now. You know that they're not hellions and running around the house destroying things, my things.
Yeah, yeah, that's all you worried about is your stuff getting broke.
Exactly. Because then my dad was like, shouldn't have left it out for them to break. Great. All right, that's fine.
It's tournament fishing for me is going to be starting back up.
Things nice around the house with the kids running around.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, let's Mike, you're the mayor of Fort George Inlet, so you got anything to report on that?
I've been out there a few times. The only thing I've been hooking into is jacks, ladyfish, and sharks. I hadn't had any luck lately with any reds or a trout out there, which is kind of odd because last year this time I was like the reds were it seems like every time I'd go out I'd be bringing in I'd catch 2 reds almost every time, but this year I'm not hooking into them out there.
Well, you catching them sharks, I wonder if it's kind of keeping them out of there, like they're beating you to the reds.
That's what I was thinking. Right, yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Have you seen any tarpon out there, like tarpon blowing up or rolling?
Not in a few weeks. About 2.5 weeks ago we did, but Katie saw it. She was ahead of me, and she was calling me on the radio saying she saw some coming up rolling beside her, which kind of freaked her out because that's the first time it's ever happened to her.
Yeah,
so she's like, "Oh my god, I got this." She's a little freaked out, but
she's freaked out of that. What does she think about those sharks you've been pulling on?
Well, she wouldn't. Well, she came over after I kind of wore them out. So.
Let me say this. I'm looking at it too, Mike. I love those pictures behind you on the wall. Every time I see you do one of the giveaways, see the thumbnail. I love those right there.
Yeah, I love that. I just put a link on the. I think the last giveaway I announced. I put the link below, and it's just they're right on Amazon. There's they have multiple pictures like that on there that are really cool.
Yeah, I love those things.
Yeah, Slot City Fishing said his buddy's been slaying the tarpon at the Mayport jetties. Yeah, they've been thick out there in them pokey pods. If you guys don't know Slot City Fishing, he's also local here to Jacksonville, and he also has a YouTube page if you want to check him out too. So it's kind of cool, if you're local and you're like subscribed to like all of us, you kind of get a little taste and feel for everything. I know here lately I've been like the king of freshwater, like me and Bubba have been bassing it up. But I don't know. I'm lazy when it comes to saltwater fishing because to me that's like going out and getting groceries, and I don't want it to do a whole lot of work. So when the mullet run starts getting thick and the water starts cooling down, the fish start getting more active, that's when I go out. In November, I will be making a lot of sea trout videos because I will be going to my honey hole where I limit out in like 15 minutes. So the secret.
They've been definitely bringing them in at the pier out there. I keep seeing like Louis and all them limiting out there at the pier.
Daily.
Yeah, well, when I did my last surf fishing video, I was catching my trout in the surf. I don't know why Alex didn't came across any yet. Maybe it's just where you're located at. I don't know. But at Nassau Sound, I was catching sea trout in the surf. But believe it or not, I'm actually looking forward to start bass tournament fishing again. We picked back up the end of September and we fishing on one of Ola's favorite places is Rodman. So we'll be going out to fish our first tournament at Rodman. And basically my plan is to pre-fish. I'm going to start at the bank and fish all the way out to the channel until I start catching bass. And then once I find the zone that they're at, I'm going to concentrate on that because I'm done running all over that reservoir trying to figure out where they're at. And I have a bad habit of going to the canal as my last resort and catching dinks. You're not going to win tournaments on dinks. I'm right now currently number 1 for Angler of the Year, and I want to keep that. We have like 4 more tournaments left until we fish the Classic, which we found out it's going to be on Lake Toho. So if anybody has any killer tips on fishing Lake Toho, because I've never been there, I would greatly appreciate it so I can win the Classic.
Well, you know how I feel about Rodman. It's
yeah. You and I think Ola's caught more bass in Rodman than you have.
Probably so. I mean, I didn't say him much. Yeah, I'm sure she probably has.
Yeah, Slot City said he's caught some. He's up close to 8-pounder, close to the launch. That must have been a retread fish. What I'm thinking of.
Yeah, if it's up there,
Yeah,
grab it.
that's probably one that they caught. And I'm glad to see we got Katie in the chat. That's awesome. And then, Ola's Ola's talking to her. That's pretty cool.
Side chat going over there.
Yeah, that's what I love, guys. We love seeing y'all interacting in the comments. I remember when we very first started doing Bait Shop Talk. It's hard to believe we're on episode 14. That there would be maybe 1 or 2 people commenting over there, like every 15, 20 minutes. But now you guys are blowing it up, and we love it because we love interacting with you guys. So thank you so much for joining us every time that we do one of these. This is what keeps us going.
Yeah.
No, I'll be right back. Apparently, I have to go make toasters. Turtle.
Okay, thank you. Apparently, this bait shop talk is sponsored by Toaster Strudel. Hey, we got Franco. We got the admin of Jacksonville Fishing Report on Facebook on here. We're getting all kinds of famous people on this bait shop talk. Mike, you bring
Franco.
you got all the famous people showing up there, Mike. Thanks for bringing them over.
Oh, no problem.
Actually,
is anybody still going out doing any shrimping?
Yeah, they said they're killing it shrimping right now. I think that was Mike. I have to scan back up here in the chat. And
somebody
see who
was saying that.
Right. Let me scan back up because there it is. No, it ain't Cody. Who was that? Yeah. William Bryan. Sorry, William. Yeah, he said the shrimping is on fire. I'm guessing probably around Doctor's Inlet.
Yeah, I keep seeing people going out there right there by the bridge, and all the boats were just kind of lined up together, throwing their cast nets in.
Right, I need to. Alex can probably catch like 4 at a time with that 3-foot cast net he's got.
Dude, let me tell you, I've got a 9-foot net, and I do know how to throw it. The problem is it's got a big hole in it, like more than average, which kind of defeats the purpose. I need to get a new one. I've just been lazy.
You said you go to the Wally World and get you one.
I went to Wally World. Let me tell you, I went to Wally World. And there was like one cast net, and it was a 3-foot net. And I was like, they were just all gone. Everybody's buying them up. And so
I was about to say everyone's going shrimping.
Yeah, because the shrimp's running.
On Amazon, they had next day delivery on Amazon. So it was there at the door the next day.
Yeah, I don't know why Franco doesn't make YouTube videos, because he puts some sick little short videos out there on Facebook. They're just like awesome. Of him fishing on the other, like beyond the breakers. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, 360 cam. That's cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Let's see. Your Slot City Fishing. That's in my backyard. Been running from the base. Alex used 5-pound braid, and you can tie it up. Might not be pretty, but it works.
I'll have to give that a try. Problem is, I have so many things I want to get. I want to get a bigger kayak so I can go offshore, like with Franco. I want to get a new mic. I want to get a new camera. It's just so many things. I need to prioritize and move from one to the other. But right now, I'm just going in all directions. That's great.
Well, you keep going to that secondhand fishing tackle store, and that's what's killing you, because you leave out of there like $200 worth of stuff.
No, okay, listen. I was doing really good. Why
don't you go ahead and give them a plug real quick?
Yeah, if you guys need to get some fishing gear and you don't want to spend, an arm and a leg, go see Resellers Reef on Kingsley Road. It's run by a guy named Matt. Super cool dude. I just got a Penn Squall 15 from him. It's got a magnetic drag on it. I wanted something conventional for the surf, cast like a dream, paid like half of what retail is. So that's awesome. But I was doing great. I was doing really good. I had plenty of money, and I was like, I'm going to go buy a cast net. I got plenty of money. Let's do this. And then I went to Harbor Freight for a $13 grinder and blacked out. And when I woke up, she said my total was 120. So I don't know what happened. But now I have a whole new tool set. Harbor Freight happened. Exactly.
Harbor Freight happened. That'll happen quick. I think I went in there with Bubba just to accompany him, and I walked out like $50 worth of stuff.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's Harbor Freight every time. Can't go in there without. I could use that. That's
kind of like Bass Pro, I'll just see what they have, and then you got a whole grocery cart full.
Yep.
Yeah, $50 later.
Yeah, if like for real though, like Alex was talking about, and Mike, like me taking them offshore and anything. If any of you guys want to go bass fishing or something like that too, I mean, hit me up. I'll take you out bass fishing. I don't care. It's one more. That's a friend I haven't met yet. Like,
Hey, let me borrow your boat. We'll do our next 2v2.
hold on now. We ain't borrowing my boat.
No, I said, Chris, let me borrow your boat.
Oh yeah. Now that you can do. Yeah.
We'll do our next
By the
2.
way, hey, you can do that. I have. If you guys don't know, Chris's bass boat is in my garage right now as we speak. He told me I could take it out too. He's like, if you want to take it out, take it out. I'm like, you're going to live to regret those words. So I have 2 bass boats sitting in the garage right now, a Skeeter and a Triton. I have my buddy Chris's. He's out of town. He's trying to sell his house. If anybody lives or looking to live in Yulee, my buddy Chris is trying to sell his house. He lives out there. He's fixing to move down to Daytona to go to UTI to be a marine mechanic. So that's what he's doing. That's why I'm holding his boat. So, Bubba, how good are you at driving a Triton?
Oh, man.
We got some serious tournaments now. But no, like for real, like that's how I met Bubba. That's how I met Tim. I was doing the YouTube thing. I had like maybe 50 subscribers and so on. We were just starting. Came across Bubba because he was a local. And I don't even know how I came across you, man. Because you fished them creeks I didn't even fish. And I said, hey, you like the bass fish. I like the bass fish. We live in the same place. Would you like to go bass fishing with me? And we met and been friends ever since.
I said, let's go.
Yep. Because believe it or not, I don't have a whole lot of friends here in Jacksonville like the bass fish. Everybody's ate up with saltwater here. So it's hard to find a bass fisherman. Alex used to, but now surf fishing has gotten into his veins and he's become the guru of that.
I was about to say, I started surf fishing, and when you can catch a bull red on fish bites as much as you can catch a whiting on fish bites, here's the problem with bass fishing. I grew up bass fishing. For those of you guys that don't know, I grew up bass fishing the St. Mary's. So I can dial in on bass. As long as I work the water a little bit, I can dial in. I can catch bass all day long. It's the excitement that comes with shore fishing. And even if I don't catch anything, I'm still at the beach.
Right, but according to some of the folks on Jacksonville Facebook or Jacksonville Fishing Report on Facebook, that was not a slot red. Excuse me, I have to go away right now because I'm about to have a big mess on my hands. I'll be back.
Okay, yeah,
y'all take over.
So for those of you guys that don't know, I recently caught what I would consider to be a bull red. It was a 35.5-inch redfish that I pulled off the shore, surf fishing. And a lot of people told me that was not considered a bull red because they consider bull red to be 40 inches. But everything that I read...
I mean, so do you have that in between, you know what I'm saying? What's that in between over slot and 40? What do you call that?
I'd call it a good red if it was me. I didn't say nothing about you calling it a bull red. I don't
see.
So there's slot, good red, and then bull red.
Right.
Yeah,
I guess. In my opinion, anything over 30, 30 is my benchmark for bull. Anything over 30 is a bull red. Anything over 40 is a really big bull red.
Well, everybody on the Facebook forums, see, even Franco says 40 inches and above is a bull. That's what the majority of people say. We're not going to rain on your parade. You could call it a cow. You could call it a cow red.
Yeah.
A moose red. Let's go with that. That's what me and Bubba do. That's what me and Bubba do. We like to come up with other animal names to call fish. Like we got my bass. He calls them gorilla bass, giraffe bass, jaguar bass, all kinds of stuff.
Either way, Alex, it's good fish.
Off the surf, off fish bites, nonetheless. And then
that's what got me. And the tarpon on fish bites. What blew my mind.
The tarpon. Yeah, that was awesome.
Oh my gosh! So if you guys haven't seen my video, I hooked a tarpon for the first time ever. I lived in Jacksonville like 15 years. First time I've ever hooked a tarpon, and I sounded like an idiot because I just kept screaming, "It's gonna spool me! It's gonna spool me!" And I think Joe, you even commented in the comments like, "Is it gonna spool you?" or something.
Yeah, I just repeated what you said.
Yeah, I saw you running for the rod. I thought that he was gonna take that rod, and you were like,
"I know."
tarpon.
That's actually that video is what prompted me to reevaluate my rod design to get a little stronger anchor in the sand, so I don't lose anything. Which I think I've come up with a design that works pretty well.
Oh, those pictures you were posting, right?
Yeah, that's the pictures I posted on my Instagram, and then I used them today. I tried them out. They were super easy to use. I could literally like put it into the sand, anchor it about a foot into the sand with one hand. It was super nice, and they were actually lighter than my PVC rod holders. So I've been thinking about either doing a video or selling them, or I don't know. We'll see.
Guys, if you had any questions or anything you want to ask us while you got us on here, feel free to write it over there in the comments. Or if there's something you want us to talk about, same thing, write it over there in the comments. That way, because we feed off of what you guys type over there. We used to have like a little topic section that we went down, but it seems like everybody likes it better when we just kind of freestyle it every night. Every night, once a month.
Yeah, that's kind of the whole premise of this, conversation about business.
Right, definitely.
Simpsons Creek lately. I haven't been to Simpsons Creek since I snapped my rod in half there out of anger. I was trying to do an artificial day, but that's been about a month and a half. I haven't heard much of anything else out of there.
Simpsons Creek is where you're going to find me come November. If that tells y'all anything, I'll be tearing that place up. But right now, summertime, you can catch sharks and tarpon in Simpsons Creek. Ask me how I know.
How do you know, Joe?
Because I've done both. Now, I've not got them to the kayak, but I did have them hooked up.
Did they spool you?
No, they did not spool me because I came prepared.
Well, were they going to spool you?
I used to fish Dunn's
No, they
Creek
cut the line beforehand.
Slot City. I used to fish Dunn's Creek a lot. Used to live in Arlington, so it was a real quick run for me. But not too much in a long time. But pretty decent red and trout fishing. You look for little side creeks and deep holes. You can get a bunch of flounder in there too. But I haven't done it in a long time.
Slot City, I'm going to throw you a bone when it comes to Dunn's Creek. My father caught the largest bass of his life, a 9-pounder in Dunn's Creek. If you go about 3/4 of the way down, like if you're going from the St. Johns River to Crescent Lake, there's 2 canals off to the left, and they're the deepest canals in there, and those canals usually have a lot of bass in them. So you guys heard it first. You want to see? That's the benefit of watching Base Shop Talk. I just gave you a good spot. 2 deep canals, 3/4 of the way down on the left, side by side. Enjoy. Never heard of Shad Creek. Anybody heard of Shad Creek off of the St. John's?
I was just about to ask. I have never heard of that.
No idea.
Bubba would know out of everyone here. Bubba would know because he's the creek master.
No,
so.
Never been.
Oh dang! Sorry, Jack. We can't help you on that one unless you could get. Can you give us a little bit better directions on that? Like, give us a part. Like, don't use Bubba saying like when you catch a bass in the St. Johns. Well, we call it between the Mayport jetties and Lake George. You know. You got a Slot City. So that's where we're at. Now, come on now. Don't be all falling asleep on me. You're doing so good.
Googling and reading over here. Now, Northern Ferry Landing. No, I don't know where that's at. Never been.
So
Oh, wait. That's actually over where I work.
It's a pretty brackish right there, you think?
Yeah. Joe, I think that's where you pulled your near rough guesstimate, where you pulled your red out. Your actual bull red.
Oh, yes, that's saltwater territory.
I think, if I'm thinking of the right place.
You're talking about Mill Cove? Like Mill Cove?
Yeah. Well, the ferry landing, because the ferry landing is...
That's farther east.
Well, let me look it up. Hang on.
Rusty B, flip directions on them. I've done it before doing freshwater baits and saltwater, actually, like hard baits and saltwater. They work.
Okay, yeah, in line. I would really hope no one's putting circle hooks on a lure. That'd be a new one. Yeah, he's using J hooks. That's what Rusty's using. We got Muskie Hans. Muskie Hans, great to see you, man. I hope you're doing great up there in the north. I'm sure things are a lot cooler than what we're experiencing down here in Florida. We feel like temperatures are like 112 degrees here lately, and so it's been killing us. It's really hard to get out there and fish right now. But we get a lot of rain. It's bringing a lot of the lakes and the rivers up. I know my pond's about ready to overflow, but the fish are loving it because all that grass that grew during the summer is now flooded and the bass are just killing it in there right now. Do you guys want to see a pond video of me just walking around the bank? Because I've never made a pond video of me just walking around the bank fishing my pond because I thought that would be boring as hell. But if you guys want to see it, I'll be all about doing it and putting the GoPro on my head or whatever and catching bass out of my pond. Now, I know for a fact you're not going to see me catch an 8-pounder in there, but I will catch some pretty fish. If you want to see it, let me know.
I thought it was really crazy the one you did where the underwater footage and you could hear the footsteps so much. That's kind of really telling. Like
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
The spawning video.
Yeah, that was really nifty.
Yeah, that you're going to have to wait till March for me to do that one again. But I'll definitely do it because now there'll be 3 generations of bass. Like every year, there's more and more bass beds because they're growing up, they're getting bigger, and their offspring are spawning now. So cool. It's kind of neat having like your own big water pets out there and watching them grow.
Slot City, yeah. If you ever watch any of those videos talking about Joe's pets, I always name all of them Sheriff. we know about Bama Bass's pond.
Yeah, I don't know if I call what he has a pond. That's more of a puddle. I mean, that's what most people keep goldfish in. And I can go like my pond is yours
is probably like an acre and a half, right?
Yeah, it's an acre and a half, and it's like 18 feet deep. So if you want to practice any kind of bass fishing, that's what I love about my pond. If you want to practice fishing deep, cranking, drop shotting, or throwing a frog, or anything like that, you can do it in mine. Something took out my lily pads. I don't know. It's like someone went underwater with a pair of scissors and cut them off at the stem. I don't know what the hell that was about. Maybe a turtle? I don't know.
That grass carp I snuck in there.
You better hell not.
Hey, I got a bow and arrow in my closet over there. I can take that out real quick for you.
Yeah, go ahead and knock his ass out. I don't know how easy or hard that would be to go bow hunting a turtle.
I mean,
the stuff we talk about on here, man, it's crazy.
I've got 80-pound pull on that, or 80-pound limbs on that bow, so I'm sure we could pierce the shell.
Hey, Muskie Hans, if you're catching a bunch of dinks, like I was gonna make a video about this, guys. Okay, so if you're fishing your local ponds, right, and all you're catching is like 10-inch bass after 10-inch bass after 10-inch bass after 10-inch bass, but you're catching a bunch of them, that pond has so much bass in it, they're stunted. And that's all you're ever going to catch on there. That's all those bass are ever going to be because they don't have enough room to grow. They're eating themselves out of food before they can get the food big enough to make them grow. It takes 10 pounds of bait fish to put 1 pound on a bass. So let that sink in. That's a lot of eating.
God.
That's a lot of eating. So in order to fix that problem, you have to take those bass out. You have to set a slot limit of the most consistent size that you're catching and take that size of bass out of there. Either you can eat them or you can transfer them to another pond, like somebody just dug one or something, or there's a pond that doesn't have any in it, you can put them in there. And then you have to introduce more food. So put some more bigger bluegills in there that they can't eat, but they can spawn and create more offspring. So a little fisheries management for y'all if you're facing that kind of problem. Now, if it's your local golf course pond, I wouldn't put that much work into it. But for private ponds, yeah. Yeah. Also I'm just reading what Jack Belk said. Also have a new pond stocked by bluegills and 4 bass minus 16 feet and a half acre. I shot the turtles. Now I have lilies. 22 Remington works well. Thanks, Jack. I haven't seen the turtle in a while. I don't know where the hell he went. I don't know if he left or not. I don't know why he would. He's got it made. Yeah, he's eating lily pads and eating fish food every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, Muskie Hansi, he's been keeping some. That's another thing, too. That's a controversy on YouTube. People that keep and eat bass. Ooh, you want to get some flack? Do that and see what happens. They will come after you hard.
Yeah.
Oh, man. It's like, why are you eating that fish? They're endangered. Yeah, that's what it feels like. Hey, I'm all about catch and release. If you guys watch my videos, have you ever seen me keep a bass? No, but if they're overpopulated, then that's what you need to do. And they don't taste bad. Now, are they rainbow trout quality or mahi-mahi? No. I'll say that. But you can eat them. If you fry them up, great for lunch.
But not bad. Yeah, it tastes a lot like a bluegill, kind of.
I was about to say, I've eaten bass. I The first ever video that I put on YouTube, I ate the bass that I caught in that video up in Indiana.
Wow,
I
that's
didn't.
old.
Yeah, I didn't record that or put it online or anything, but yeah, I mean it was all right. I can see why people eat them, but you get saltwater fish, you catch a lot tastier fish.
I totally thought about making a catch and cook bass video. He says I wouldn't, but it's a funny concept. There's people that have. There's a guy named Elias. Yeah, Elias Fishing, a kayak angler. I think he's done a catch and cook on every freaking species known to man. He even did one on sand fleas, which I never would have thought to do that.
No.
I've seen sand fleas, lizard fish, puffer fish. Those are the three that stick out to me, especially the lizard fish. That was unusual.
I'd say if you want to see a funny one, is check out Lojo's catch and cook when he catches that bass. It's the first time he's never eaten the bass in that video. It's pretty hilarious.
Yeah, how you never eaten a bass before? I don't know. Like me and Bubba, we just grew up country, and when I was a kid, man, when me and Dad went bass fishing, it was to eat them. It wasn't for fun.
That's normal in the South. I mean, you act like people shouldn't eat bass down here, and somebody's gonna think you're crazy.
Right. It's kind of like what Jamal just said on there. Jamal Combs. He said, "Yeah, they're good, but it's a fish that you wouldn't want to eat a lot." And I agree with that. Like special occasions. Once in a while, like say if they're overcrowded or something. The one I was interested that Elias did was a catch and cook bonita. Even he said no. Even after bleeding it out, everything he did, the bonita was still tasted terrible.
What?
Yeah.
No,
not Jack Raval, not Jack Raval,
no.
and not Skipjack. We're talking bonita.
There's no such thing as bad fish, only bad cooks.
You have not had bonita, have you?
Yeah,
I have had bonita.
Someone lied to you.
That was not bonita. Someone lied.
Yeah, that is not bonita. Even I've tried, and it's still terrible.
Yeah, I've tried it. No thanks.
No, that's a shame too, man. If they tasted good as blackfin, as numerous as they are, oh my God, I'd be in heaven. You can catch them from the beach, like all the way out. And that's another thing too. When we went to offshore, 22 miles, there were schools of bonita everywhere. Every time you went over Live Bottom, there was just a half-mile school of bonitas just in a feeding frenzy. It was crazy.
And he didn't bring me any back. I'm offended. I am.
Well, we were going to stop and get some on the way back in, but no more problems.
Yeah.
So we're like, let's head on to the house. Now Muskie Han says he wants to try bonita. You better take a vacation, buddy. I don't think there's any up there where the muskies live. Well, and yes, like Slot said, he said bonita and false albacore are two different species. That is correct. You can eat a false albacore. I think some people call those skipjack tuna as well.
Yeah,
but a bonita is totally different. They're fun as shit, and they make awesome cut bait and shark bait, but I'm not eating them. Hey, 904, do you need a license to fly a drone on the beach?
I just saw that. Actually, I want to respond to one comment before. William Bryan said, get out the house. Mike, you need to cook that shark he's catching. Have you cooked the shark? I've been meaning to ask you that.
I cooked some of it, but I have some of it in the freezer still. I want to smoke it.
Nice. Did you like it? Did it come out good, or?
It tasted kind of almost crabby when I cooked it. Almost like crab. It was kind of weird because I was expecting a different taste from it. But yeah, it was more like a shellfish taste. Which
How'd you cook it?
Weird. I cooked it with some butter and some garlic teriyaki sauce.
There you go.
The problem is you got to put some Everglades on it. And William Bryant said Bo Nasty. Correct.
But
I was about to say the only thing Jesse and Franco are both touching on this. As far as fishing is concerned in Jacksonville, the main concern is we have a lot of no-fly zones. We have a lot of Class D airspace, which is military airspace. I count that as it means don't effing fly here. But I have a lot of apps. I was trying to find one.
The hover is good. If you that hover, that
top right hand corner.
Yeah, that guy hover. That's a good one. It tells you all the no-fly zones.
I was about to say I use AirMap, and that tells me all of the areas that you shouldn't fly in, as well as gives you all the circles and everything. So to give you guys a rough idea, as far as beaches are concerned, I don't have a ton of problems when I go out to the beach. I don't like taking my drone to the beach because with the FAA regulations, you're not allowed to fly over people, cars, or boats. So you find a lot of that when you're out at the beach. But to give you guys an idea, that's Jacksonville. Every circle you see there, you can't fly in, or you need permission to fly in. You can fly in the blue circles with a Part 107 license. But I applied for one of those. It took 1.5 years to get, and it only lasted 6 months to fly. Yeah, to fly within Jacksonville NAS airspace, and I was only allowed to fly between 0800 to 1600, and I couldn't go higher than 100 feet. And I had a call before I flew. It was like super strict about it. It was crazy.
So, like, when you flew at Nassau Sound, what was that? Was that like some kind of airspace or not?
So Nassau Sound, did I? Yeah, okay, yeah, I flew. I was about to say, did I fly at Nassau Sound? Yeah, I flew at Nassau Sound.
Yeah, I don't know, Alex.
I've got a DJI Mavic.
Yeah.
So where is Nassau?
Yeah, Franco, I seriously doubt you're going to get permission at the Mayport base.
Yeah, good luck with that.
You should know.
So, okay, here's an example. This isn't Nassau, but this is, to answer your question, Joe, I wasn't in any kind of airspace when I was at Nassau. I never break the law when it comes to drone, because when I first bought my drone, I lived within NAS Jack's airspace air. I was in an apartment, so I took off my drone in the middle of the living room, and I had a call from the FAA the next day why I was flying in Class D airspace. I was like, oh, they're not messing around. Okay.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they're not. Don't mess around with it.
Report it, yeah.
But to give you guys an idea, this is Fort George Inlet. So I usually fish off this bank right over here. There we go, right over here, and that's allowed. But like where a lot of people put in, wait, is that? No, wait, hang on. Am I looking at the wrong area? I'm looking at the wrong area. This is Nassau Sound. God bless. Anyways. To give you guys an idea, one side is all right, the other side isn't. So I'm not allowed to go anywhere over here, or else I get pinged and I get a call from the FAA while I was flying in illegal airspace. That's not a good time.
Dude, I wonder why that side is like illegal airspace. There's nowhere near the base.
No, so that's a
wildlife preserve.
Yeah, that's a wildlife preserve, and you're not allowed to fish there is the short answer, or you're not allowed to fly your drone there because
I can say if we're not allowed to fish there, I've been breaking the law for a while.
No, all right, here we go. So this is the Fort George.
That's gotta be a new update, because I've seen like old Phantoms DJI.
Yeah, so like right
flying
there
area
is where I fly my drone. If you guys look at some of my old photos or old videos from Fort George, I stay within this little area and I don't go anywhere over here, and that's because that's all wildlife protected. You can't fly there.
That, and you're like real close to Mayport at that point because they got helicopters flying over all the time.
Don't want to risk that.
Yeah, they're constantly flying. Every time I'm out there, there's helicopters flying. They were doing like a touch and go the other day.
Just burning that jet fuel, baby. Gallons of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What was it? They actually, believe it or not, for the Navy, that's one of the requirements now is you have to learn about clean, like energy efficiency and stuff. And they talk about aviation uses 40% of the Navy's fuel that they are given. CBs use less than 1% in our trucks, in our bulldozers and stuff. So yeah, but we're the one that gets our budget cut. I don't freaking get it. Anyway, we're getting way off topic. We're going into drones instead of fishing, like FAA regulations.
You can drone fish. That's fine.
Yeah, I don't have one yet. Whenever I
thought about flying that drone out and dropping that line.
I have, but I really want to is the short answer. But the problem is I don't have the money to replace the drone if it drops.
Right.
And that would just be so heartbreaking to me. I don't think I could handle it. I'm too scared.
Yeah, Slot City Fishing about that.
Well, Slot City Fishing, He tried. Oh, he lost it.
He went in. Yeah, he got it.
That's
but,
right.
After it went in,
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was taking footage in the river.
he got the
Franco-
footage. Yeah, from it.
Franco saying
Here's some
mullet
underwater
run.
footage.
I do plan on taking some drone footage when I'm out at the beach, like going out specifically for drone footage and recording the mullet and the shark and the tarpon and everything, and as clear as water as I can find it, because I think that'd be really cool.
Yeah, if you can get some like blacktip H kind of stuff, that'd be
Oh
awesome.
God.
Yeah, but we're not that fortunate to have water that clear around here. Not unless it's like a very good day.
Yeah.
I've seen Fort George Inlet one time where it was like, damn, are we in the Keys? Like it was that clear at Fort George Inlet one time. It was incoming tide and we had no rain for a long time. It was beautiful.
No rain, long time with an east wind and an incoming tide.
Right. Exactly. That's hard to get all those to line up this time of year. What the
My
crap?
dog
It's at
keeps
low tide
finding
out there,
things
though.
to
It
chew me
seems
off.
like it's gotten all that terrain like changed after that hurricane came through. I mean, it's like at low tide. I mean, it's just
Yeah, I have a video where I fished
it's
there
hard to
right
get around.
after the hurricane, like 3 or 4 days. And actually, I was catching a
Mhm.
bunch of pompano. It was weird. I'm like, as dirty as the water was, I was catching a bunch of pompano, and there'd be like a set of stairs floating by a random dock. It was weird. I'm like, and that's when I had the old kayak too. I didn't even have the Vibe. I had that old Pescador, that you sat down in.
Mhm.
But I was killing them. I used to do really good out there, man. Lots of reds and black drum. There's always black drum out there. I don't know where they went.
Yeah.
I'm surprised
there's
you
still
haven't
some
caught a
out
black
there.
drum off the beach, Alex.
Every time I catch them, they're all under.
I was about to say I caught one last weekend. Last weekend on the video that I put out. I caught a big black drum. It's sitting in my freezer right now.
Not if it's big, it wouldn't be sitting in your freezer. I'm talking about like the big nasties, like the ones that don't have.
Yeah, I haven't caught any big nasties off the beach yet. No.
Yeah, the one once they lose their stripes, that's when they're a no-go fish for eating to me.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, they start getting worms and stuff in them, and the meat starts getting real coarse. All right, well, we're moving along here. Let's see here. We've been talking now for about 52 minutes. So, guys, we got about 8 minutes left. We just try to keep it within an hour. So, if you got any final things you want us to talk about, go ahead and hit us up over there. Like I said, I'm loving the activities. I'm loving seeing everybody on here. Dennis and Robin said, where can I find floats for pompano rigs? I found mine on eBay. You just type in pompano floats and they'll come up. And I have the ones that actually have the wings on it that spin too. Yeah, the spinners. Like I think that's what like Muskie Hans and them use up north for their walleye rigs. They put on their inline walleye rigs. Crawler harness. That's what they call it. Your crawler harness. Yep. I fished with Kingery, the first Jacksonville kayak YouTuber, the great Kingery. He taught me a lot of tips and tricks when I was going out there. Yep, the old crab puncher himself. I always punch a crab in the face just for him as a little memento dedication. I wish we could get him on the show. He just got burnt out on it, man. That's what he told me. He just got tired of coming home and editing, and he just got burnt out on the YouTube. So now he grows peppers in the backyard and fishes every once in a while. How's the new Santa Fe bass doing in the tank? He's actually doing really well. He's keeping his color. He's not faded out. That was the biggest thing I was wondering if he was going to get real light in that clear water, but he's actually holding the stripe pattern really good. And 2 of the minnows are missing.
That's good that quick.
So apparently he's getting hungry.
Well, that's good that he's eating that fast.
Right. Well, it's either him or the red breast. Somebody's eating the minnows. It ain't the bluegill.
Wouldn't put it past that red breast either.
Right. So one of them's eating it, but he doesn't freak out. He'll come right up to the glass. He doesn't take off when I walk up to the tank. So he's starting to learn. He's getting there. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a bin for night crawlers and grow night crawlers. That way, if I can't get minnows or something, I can at least drop a night crawler in there for him to eat. Everything eats worms, except for me. I don't eat worms.
Should have took that blue barrel when I moved, man.
What's the best size and type hook to use for a pompano rig? Dennis says 1/0 hook. They don't have very big mouths. You either use a 1/0 circle hook or what they call a 1/0 kale hook. If you, Dennis, I don't know if you checked it out yet. If you go on my page, I show you how to make your own do-it-yourself pompano rigs out of your main line. So you can see that, and I tell you all the equipment that I use and the hooks, and I show you the knots and everything. A lot of people say, well, can I use a dropper loop? Yeah, you can use a dropper loop, but anybody can do an overhand knot, so that's why I showed how to do that. And it's real quick. It's like 1, 2, done. You're not sitting there going like this, or you're floating around in your kayak, or at the beach with the wind blowing and trying to keep the seagulls out of your chips. Bubba has his kid interrupting, and Alex has his kid interrupting.
I was about to say this is mine. This is my Norwegian elk hound Ezreal. And he's in the office with me, so he doesn't bark while we're doing this.
He's too cuddly to be an elk hound. Look at him,
dude. Okay, so one of his cousins from a different because he's a purebred. One of his cousins from a different litter actually lives up in the mountains and
I love when his ears go up.
Protected his protected his owner from a black bear. Drove the black bear off, which is crazy because he's not Norwegian elk hounds aren't big dogs. They only get up to like 50 pounds.
So Slot City Fishes says, when are we going to do a YouTuber meetup?
Jesse, we're I don't know if Mike's going out, but this upcoming weekend on, I want to say Saturday, we have a kayak. Or I'm sorry, not this weekend. Next weekend, 2 weeks.
Yeah, you don't want to come in weekend. No,
you don't want to go to Fort George Inlet this weekend.
Yeah, right.
Bring a camera. I want to see how that goes.
Right. It's the no. Okay, so the 31st, August 31st, a bunch of us are heading out to Fort George Inlet.
Is it 31st or 30th?
I thought it was the 31st. 30th is Friday. God, I hope it's not the 30th.
Okay, 31st. Okay.
Somebody clarify this quick.
Quick. Somebody do some research.
Saturday, yeah.
Okay, so a bunch of us are heading out to Fort George Inlet. We're going to be doing a YouTube kayak kind of meetup. If you guys want to come out and fish with us, that'd be great. I want to say Tight Lines 904 Fishing set it up.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, how's he not on here? We got someone send him a link to this. We got to get him in this chat. Yeah, that'd be awesome. So you said the third. It's Alex.
30.
When we get off of here and you clarify this, do me a favor. Let me know if I'm not off that day. I'll try to put in to get off that Saturday so I can make it.
I was about to say, hang on. Give me 1 sec. I'll look it up right now.
It's not this Saturday. It's not this coming Saturday. It's the following Saturday.
So okay, all right.
So I got a question. Who's the biggest Jacksonville YouTuber right now?
Probably North Florida Angler.
No. He's St. Augustine. I said Jacksonville.
Jacksonville? Probably get out of the house, go fish then.
How many subs you got there, Mike?
Got me?
No, I said Mike. Yeah, Mike. How many subs you got?
2793 last time I looked. Because we've been neck and neck, and I'm like, I gotta get
close
past
to 2,800. Yeah, I'm getting closer to 2,800.
I'm like,
oh damn!
I look at mine and look at yours, and I'm like, dang it, it's still ahead of me.
Actually, I would say Bubba Outdoors is probably the biggest, in my opinion.
Well, I mean, that's I work so hard at it, and I'm constantly putting out content all the time, just always editing, always uploading.
Jesse, I think it's kayak only, buddy. Sorry, man. He said boats
kayak.
welcome. Yeah, I think
you can fish from the shore, but Hook 'em in the Mouth has 5,500, so I'd imagine it'd be him.
Yeah,
but he's also St. Augustine.
Well, no, he fishes a lot with North Florida Angler down in St. Augustine, but I'm pretty sure he's like in Arlington. Like I'm pretty sure he's in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Thank you, Slot City Fishing.
He's over.
Dinsmore Outdoors for 4,100. Bam.
Listen, I'm just saying if you look
for our area.
If you look right here, it says 904 Fishing. Pretty sure it's me.
But there's like 2904 fishings out
Listen, they all popped up. Listen, imitation
but one
is the highest.
Dinsmore Outdoors.
Imitation is the highest form of flattery. That's all I got to say about that.
We're all getting out of the house to go fish.
Is that why Demolition? That's right.
He's not wrong.
Is that why Demolition? Is that why Demolition Ranch stole the intro song on my channel?
Did he really?
I don't know if he stole it,
but
yeah, I know he'll be all right. He has the link, so I don't know if he stole it, but he definitely, me and him have the same taste in intro music.
That's awesome. Time on the 31st, Robin. Give me 1 second. I'm looking it up right now.
Oh shit, we got drama going on in there.
Okay, so Fort
Think they
George
did it for
Inlet,
3.
August 31st. It looks like we're looking to put in at 3:00, so 1500 to 2000.
Oh, damn, we're doing an afternoon trip. We're going to be freaking sweating.
Mm-hmm.
I
I
think
don't know
that's to correlate with the tides.
I don't know if I want to go because I don't want y'all finding out my secret holes over there.
Well, no, we're gonna be in Fort George. I mean, that's like
I still have a secret hole at Fort George Inlet. Mike hasn't fished it yet, so that's why I ain't saying nothing. At least in all your videos, Mike, I haven't seen you stumble across it yet. Now Mike's going to be going on all my Fort George Inlet videos tonight. What the hell's he talking about?
I know what you're talking about. I've seen what you're talking about, but I have my little areas that I've been pretty successful with. So
That's everybody has their secret spot. So what are we going to do when we go out for the meet and greet? Everybody's going to do complete opposite. Why the hell are you fishing in 2 feet of
I've
water,
already
Joe?
decided. I'm just going to go out there. I'm just going to go out there, catch some mullet, and I'm just going to throw in for a shark. I'm just going to sit back and
yeah. I mean, now those mullet when you've been shark fishing out there, are you catching them when you go out there, or are you getting them somewhere else?
Mm-hmm. No, I'll just go out there, throw the cast net, and
float rigs, right?
At least, yeah, the float rigs. Yep, nice size mullet, and then put it on the float rig and just sit back and wait.
See, William's talking about getting some flounder. That's something I need to do. I had all the equipment for it. I need to go flounder gigging. It's time to go flounder gigging. And I wanted to. Oh
yeah,
man, I've been itching to do it. It's been about 2 years since I've done it. It's hit or miss. You know, sometimes just like the flounder is so thick, you're up there picking up trash on the side of the road, and then sometimes you're just doing a whole lot of jogging. Yeah, there you go. Case in point.
That's well, if it wants to focus, you gonna no, maybe. Anyways, this is a buddy of mine that goes.
I have a question about gigging though. When you're out there, I mean, you're looking at their eyes, but when you're just gigging, and I mean, how do you know this? You know, their legal size when you just kind of like, oh, they look legal. And,
right.
That's pretty much it. I mean, like I wear a size 12 shoe. So
there you go. Yeah, I wear a size 11.5. So if I put my foot next to it and it's a little bigger, I'm like legal. That's it.
Well, I don't do that because I'm scared of him away. But I just kind of judge it off of like, yeah, my foot's bigger than him or not. Yeah, you can see the outline of him. I mean, you pretty much know like, holy crap, that's a big ass flounder. He's the size of a doormat, you know, versus like, that's a little guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty like, you know, you always err on the side of caution. But I've got a buddy, like I said, this guy, he goes out. He's actually one of my old coworkers from when I used to work at Dick's Sporting Goods. And he catches trout. He catches flounder all day long. I mean, these are all separate trips. That's me. These are all separate trips here. So
that's the non-bull red.
Shut up. He's he's always catching a ton of flounder there. So that's crazy. But I've actually got a video with him. We went flounder gigging, and it was super scary because I was in a 6-foot kayak. My 6'3", 200-pound frame was in a 6-foot kayak going across Fort George Inlet on an outgoing tide at midnight. And when I tell you things were bumping my kayak that I could feel on either side of my legs because I had them dangling over the edge, that was one of the few times I have been legitimately terrified on the water.
Yeah, I saw that video. That was pretty funny.
It was scary. What do you got? What are you eating? He's eating slippers.
That's fun. I had a cat try to jump up and eat my leftover dinner on the chair. All right, guys. Well, it's about that time for us to head on out of here. I'm sure we got other things to do tonight. Everybody's going back to work tomorrow, including ourselves. I'll be off Wednesday and Thursday, but I don't think I'll be fishing, sadly. I have to fix my truck, and we don't get paid till after my days off, which is kind of funny. So that's what we're going to do. What you got going on, Alex? Somebody asking something?
Sorry,
somebody. I know there are. As you know, there's 2 firefighters still lost out at sea. So hopefully they are found and come home safe.
Right, that's absolutely right, guys. You know, if I'll be praying for them. I would like to ask y'all if y'all would join and pray for them too, that they get found and their families for sure. God, you know, I hope they're all right. I can only imagine just hopefully at least the boat's still there and they're in the boat and they're just tripped. I really hate for them to be treading water right now. Oh, Cody said they found the firefighters.
Wait, what?
Oh, all
Cody's
right.
saying they found them. So awesome. See, I told you prayer works.
Man, there you go.
All right.
Last I heard, they hadn't found them.
Yeah, Cody just said they found them. Awesome. I need to look. I need to find that then.
I was about to say I'm looking it up right now.
Seems like news to everybody.
Cody, could you share some kind of link or something? Everything I'm seeing says that they were going 50 miles offshore and have not been found.
Yeah, 3 hours ago it just says intensifies.
Yeah.
So if they found them like 15 minutes ago.
I was about to say. I know
before the show started.
At like 1 a.m. last night, or this morning, I guess.
Assets on scene. Where's all the updates? I'm trying to see what the newest update is. It looks like the last thing I seen was at 5:40.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing as well from the U.S. Coast Guard.
Right.
Assets on scene where civilian aircraft reported seeing a similar boat. No boats found, and floating items turned out to be other debris not related to the boaters. Crews are expanding search patterns in the area.
Well, like I said, until I see some, evidence if they were found, prayers.
I was about to say, Cody just said it was a misinformation kind of deal.
Yeah, he's saying, I'm sorry. All right, no big deal, Cody.
No worries,
right.
No worries, yeah.
Yeah, no worries, Cody. But yeah, definitely prayers for them and their family. But guys, like I said before, thank you very much. And Mike, thanks for bringing that up, by the way. Also,
Yeah,
I remember seeing about it, but I forgot to bring it up. Guys, thanks for joining us today. This has been a real successful Bait Shop Talk. Thanks for sticking with us with this new format we got going on here since we lost Google Hangout. We used to have it where it went full screen on whoever was talking. Now you kind of get to see all of us at one time, a little bit bigger pictures. So that might be good. It might be bad. I don't know, but it's kind of cool. So thanks for joining us, and we'll catch you next time, guys. I'm Joe from Dismore Outdoors, Alex with 904 Fishing, and Mike with Get Out the House, Go Fish. We'll see y'all next time. Take care.